Well, hello and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Pastor Carl, along with my big brother Larry D. Williams, and we wanted to talk to you about a platform that we found a few months ago, but we just decided to join like about a week ago. And it's called OriginLGNS. What I'm going to do is play about 10 minutes of a video to break it down a little better than but we found something that's 100% passive if you want, where you can get started for as little as $125, and with their compounding feature where you can stake the coin. They work with the LGNS coin and the DAI coin, which is a stable coin. These coins are on coin market and coin deco. The DAI coin is a stable coin at $1, just like the USD coin. So you know that it's not going anywhere. And the LGNS coin is on the market that fluctuate. It's going between $15 and $17 right now. And that coin can get high as the months and years go by. So what you're going to do is stake your coin, and you're going to earn 0.03% every 8 hours, every day, 7 days a week, 24/7. And that's something that we know when you compound. Albert Einstein called that the eighth wonder of the world. So later on in the recording, we're going to show you the calculator that's in the back office. And we're going to get started. We're going to play maybe 5 or 10 minutes of the video, and then we're going to bring Larry on board tonight, and we'll show you the steps on doing that. So with that being said, let's get started with the short 10-minute video.
Our team, we went on a quest to find an opportunity where the passive earner, somebody who doesn't tell anybody, but sits back and enjoys the platform, has the ability to builder, someone who shares it with other people, just like a good movie that you saw, could share it with confidence, and a platform that has the potential to last year after year after year. We believe we found it. Origins LGNS. Now, this platform is 100% decentralized. No KYC. That means you don't need to put your name, your email, your address, or your phone number in the application. You simply take your digital wallet and connect it to a protocol and begin to stake an amazing token called LGNS. But before we talk about that, let's talk about who they are, what they esteem to do, and how this amazing token works in the ecosystem. Let's go on a time machine and go back to 2021. During this time in March, they started a sister contract called Olympus, and the token was the OHM token. Now, we're not going to go into much detail other than to today, this contract is still going. And the price of the token is somewhere around $20. But we bring it up to show the longevity and that they have the ability to build. Now let's move forward. Let's jump back in that same time machine and move forward in time. And we're going to land on March of 2024. They created the Origins LGNS token. Why did they do that? Well, they esteem to build the first anonymous autonomous ecosystem. Well, David, what is that? Have you ever heard of Bitcoin? I'm sure you have. And if you have a Bitcoin wallet, that wallet has an address. Now, if I had your address, I can see your current balance of your wallet in Bitcoin. I can also see everyone you ever sent it to and received it from since the conception of that wallet. In short, your business is not your business. They esteem to make your business, to keep your transactions private. In phase two, they're coming up with a token that's a stable token. That means it doesn't fluctuate up and down. And your business stays your business, for only you sees the transactions of your current holding, who you sent it to, and who you received it from. Also in phase two, they're coming up with a digital bank and an exchange, both anonymous as well. We're in phase one currently. And what's brought you here today is this amazing token called LGNS. Why did they make this token? The use case, the purpose, is twofold. Number one, to build a community of users like me, Carl, Sarah, Mark, and hopefully you. And they're doing a great job of that. We're currently around 500,000 people who has wallets holding this amazing token. Number two, to build liquidity for the whole ecosystem and what's to come in the future as well. They're doing a great job of that as well. With a treasury close to 500 million and a liquidity pool over 60 million. Now let's talk about this token. How do you obtain it, LGNS, and how do you make it work for you? You start with a digital wallet, MetaMask, Token Pocket. For example, you obtain some Polygon and some DAI. DAI is a stable token on the Polygon Network. Once you have that set up in your wallet, you talk to your referrer and get their referral link and connect it to the protocol. From there, you take your DAI and you convert it to LGNS at 1-to-1 ratio. Let's talk about that for a second. And this is where the worst case scenario rationale applies to. When you obtain LGNS, because you converted that DAI, which is valued at about $1, to LGNS, it makes the value of that LGNS, the true value, $1 as well. The market value is what we set as consumers for it, based on supply and demand. So right now, LGNS is running somewhere around $15.50. Today, that's what we're going to use as our example when we do and show different examples, $15.50. If you take the true value and you subtract it from $15.50, the market value, you get somewhere around $14.50 as of right now. That goes back into the smart contract to do all the amazing functions that we're going to talk about today. Now, listen carefully, because there's two other ways liquidity goes back into the smart contract to do amazing things. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Sarah's also going to talk about the worst case scenario rationale later, because she does a better job of breaking that down than me. So now that we have our LGNS that we converted from DAI 1-to-1, we have the ability to stake it. Simple. There's a button there that push stake, and it begins to earn for you 0.3% every 8 hours. So say you got in right now and you push that stake button, you start to get 0.3%. 8 hours later, the next 8 hours, you get an additional 0.3%, but it's compounded from the first time. We all know there's 3 8-hour periods in a day. So the third time, you guessed it, another 0.3% compounded from the first and the second time. You see, that's where the magic starts. The compounding effect 8 hours later. And what you make tomorrow is more than what you made today. What you make the next day is more than what you make tomorrow. And so on and so on. Now, you might say, David, that sounds great. But why should I trust this protocol that governs the LGNS token, the contract? Let's talk about that. It's been audited by 2 reputable companies within this industry. Audited means that they reviewed it. They went through it with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that there were certain things in place. These 2 companies, Certic and Armors, they wanted to make sure that, number one, it was renounced. That means that the people that created it, they no longer has the ability, the control to go in and manipulate or change the contract, to move the goalposts, if you would. They were able to confirm that. So you can check that off the list. We've all heard the word rug pull or backdoors. Basically, it means that people had the ability, like a Trojan horse almost, to come into the contract in the middle of the night and take your deposits. They don't have that capability. They proved that as well. You can check those off the list. And finally, there's no expiration date on the contract where it abruptly stops on us in the middle of us having fun. Check it off. They don't have that ability as well. Once you have pushed that stake button, you're going to find in the protocol, there's a button next to it that says unstake. What does that mean? That means at any time, you have the ability to take 20%, 50%, 100% of your deposit, plus what is earned over those 8 hours, compounding over and over again, back to your wallet and do whatever you want with. There's no hold period. You can do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's powerful. Now, Sarah's going to come to us, and she's going to talk to you about two things. Number one, for deposits. $125 is our minimum recommended deposit. We're going to talk about why that is later in our presentation. But she's also going to look at a $500 deposit, a $1,000 deposit, and what we like to call the Mac Daddy deposit of $10,000.
So as you can see, this program is very interesting. There was a lot of work put in. I'm going to put the full 30-minute video in the messages below so you can listen to the whole thing. But I don't want this video to be too long. So what we're going to do is a demonstration of my big brother Larry D is going to be signing up, and we're going to go through those procedures so that you can understand exactly what you need to do. So again, you will need to open up either a MetaMask wallet or a Token Pocket wallet, and you need to have it funded. So we're going to go to Larry's wallet, and we're going to go there with us. So Larry's wallet, we're going to get them started with about 145. Now remember, the minimum is about 125. Okay, that's the minimum suggested. And once you get all your contract addresses in here, you need the Polygon DAI, you need the Polygon, which is the gas, and then this is the LGNS coin. You don't need to fund those, but you need to have some Polygon. Try to have at least $3 to $7 in there for gas, and then you want to have a minimum of about 130 in here. So what we're going to do is get his referral link, and we're going to paste it in the browser. And you'll see that the origin comes up. So now we need to connect that wallet. So we're going to look at the last 4 of his wallet ID. We see that it's B956. So we're going to click Sign by Wallet and follow the prompts to confirm. And we're going to make sure that that's his wallet. If not, we're going to refresh it. And since that's not his wallet, we're going to click the refresh. So when you put in your referral's wallet, you need to make sure your MetaMask or your token pay wallet is connected. okay? And you'll see your sponsor's wallet come up right here, and then you'll see the join button. So you make sure that you're on your wallet. This is the wallets that's getting ready to join. And we're going to click the join button. And now we're going to confirm. It's showing pending. And now we're going to connect the wallet. Going to click sign by wallet. And that's you. So we know that that's the right wallet, okay? And we're going to click confirm in the wallet. And we're in, okay? So sometimes MetaMask plays around with the money, but this is the correct amount. You know, it said 20 before, but this is the correct amount. We're going to go to tokens. We make sure we have enough Polygon gas, and we have more than $130, so we'll probably sign up with the whole 148. So now what we need to do, yeah, so you want to make sure that your wallet is connected. So we're going to click on the wallet, and we see that this is the right wallet. That you is signing up right now. And what you want to do is click on the buy button, but we'll see that this is his refers wallet, and this is Dash Shoes or Larry D's referral link, which we'll save for later on. So now you're going to click on buy, and you're going to see that the wallet is connected. You see that the balance, we're going to make sure that it's the right amount in there. Okay, this is 148. We're going to click on refresh to make sure that this reflects 148. If you don't see the right amount, just click the refresh button a few times. And as you see, it just updated to the right amount, 148, which will give him 17 LGNS. Now remember, LGNS is around $16 or $17. So if you divide that into the 148, that's how much you'll get. So now what you want to do is put in the max. We'll put in the max, and we'll click approve. He'll get around 8 LGNS. We'll click on approve, and we'll click on confirm. And it's pending. Wait. And now we can approve that. Okay. And we'll confirm the approval. And that's pending. Wait till that clears up. And we're going to click refresh. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go to, this is the, when you want to go to any of the tabs, you just click on this little drop down arrow, and we're going to go to stake now. And we're going to see that he has 8.6 LGNS, okay? And we want to approve the stake. Now, there's a process you have to go through only when you are making a deposit, okay? Once you do that, you can set and forget this. You can do a Rip Van Winkle on this, and everything going to still compound automatically. Okay, so we're going to click approve. And we're going to click confirm. Wait for that pendant to be approved. And what's going to happen is this unstaked balance should go to this warm-up balance, okay? So let me make sure we hit the max. So okay, maybe we forgot to put the max on it, so we're going to click stake again. So again, guys and girls, we have an unstaked balance of 8.63, and we're going to click on max. Okay, I think I forgot to do that before. That's why we had a little glitch. And now you're going to click stake, and we're going to click confirm. Wait for the pending to become approved. And now we're cooking. So as you can see, it's staked. But when you first make your deposit and your first stake, it's going to go into a warm-up period, okay, for about anywhere from 8 to 16 hours, okay? After that, this lock is going to come, it's going to change to a red button that says claim. So Larry's going to come back tomorrow. It's about 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, and we'll come back in about 12 to 16 hours. And once we see that red claim button there, we'll hit it and then we'll be in business. So as you can see, that's an amount of $147.55. So everything went smooth. All's well that ends well. Now let me show you the magic of this, okay? So if you go to the top, this tells you once you're out of the incubator, we call it like the incubator period, you'll see there's a countdown to when it's going to start the next 8 hours of compounding, okay? So I'm about to show you the magic with the calculator, okay? Now, this, like we said, if someone just wants to do this 100% passive, this could be a nice retirement plan for you in not like a job 20, 30, or 40 years, but we're talking about in as little as 3 years, okay? It depends on how aggressively you start. You can even do it in 2 years if you start off with maybe $1,000, but we're looking at like 150 bucks. So we're gonna copy this LGNS, and we're going to show you something that keeps a lot of people up at night. So you have a 7-day return, 1-month return, 6-month return, 1-year return. We're going to put the amount of LGNS that's in there, which is 863, which is about $147. In 7 days, that's going to turn to $157. In 1 month, that's going to turn to $193. And in 6 months, $751. So you say, hey, $750 in 6 months, that's not life-changing money. But think about the analogy of doubling a penny for 30 or even 31 days, okay? For those of you who don't know that, just go to Google and say, double a penny for 30 days. So that being said, if you double a penny for 30 days, you'll get $5 million. Excuse me. But for the first 20 days, it'll seem like you're not getting anything. The magic comes towards the end, as with this. So that being said, if you take that 150 bucks and stake it for a year, you're gonna get around 4,000 bucks, which is still not life-changing money, but that's just the first year. We're talking about a 2 to 3 year retirement plan for you. So what we're gonna do is, since this calculator only goes up to a year, we're gonna carry this over. At the end of the first year, you're gonna have 233, and now we're gonna start over the second year, okay? Second year, in 13 months, you're gonna have 4,200. I'm sorry, in 12 months and 7 days, you're gonna have 4,200. In 13 months, you're gonna have 5,200. Okay. In 18 months, you're gonna have 20,000. Now isn't that starting to get interesting? So in 2 years, you're gonna have $108,000. For some people, that's retirement money, but if it's not retirement money for you, let's go for 1 more year. So we'll carry this over from the 2-year mark. That's 6,342 LGNS. And we're going to go to a month. So that's 24 plus this month is 25 months. You're going to have 142,000. In 30 months, which is 2 years and a half, you're going to have $500,000. Now, is that starting to look more like retirement money to you, Larry D?
Absolutely, sir.
See, Larry was speechless for a minute, but yeah, he got it out. Absolutely. And that's just 2.5 years at $500,000. If Larry doesn't do anything with this account for 2.5 years, he's going to have $500,000. But so let's say, and when you got that type of money, you got so many options. He can take out 100,000 and he and unstake that and just continue with 450. But just to show you the full scenario, if you wait 3 years, can you read that number, Larry D? I know it's small, but that says $2.93 million. Now, if that's not a retirement plan, I don't know what it is. How do you feel about that number, Larry?
$2.9 million in 3 years. I feel real good about that.
And that's just starting off with just
Yeah.
150 bucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
148 bucks. Yep.
Yes, 140 to be exact, $147.55. Now remember, because you're right, when you're compounding, every cent counts. Now remember, we're in the incubated, but it's still compounded even now. It's just that you can't take it out now. And that only happens for about less than 24 hours. But after that 24 hours, you have complete control over your money. Now let's make it interesting. Okay, let's say Larry said, man, that I want to accelerate that threes. I think I'm going to put another $150 and I'm going to make it 300 bucks. And we won't hold you too much longer, guys. With 300 bucks, that's about 17.3 LGNS, okay? So let's start off your first month with 17.5 LGNS, okay? And you see, that's about 300 bucks, okay? So at the end of the first year, you're gonna have 8,000, which is very respectable. What isn't 8,000 for 300 bucks respectable?
Yes, sir. You can't find anything anywhere that can touch it.
The power of compounding. So let's say we're gonna run that for 2 years now. 2 years, that's gonna be 474 LGNS. And let's go to the well, in 18 months, that's going to be 41,000. In 2 years, you're going to have $219,000. Okay. And that's just with 300 bucks. So now, that being said, at 2 years, you can take out 50, 75, or you can take out 100,000 and just compound the 119. Okay. That's how powerful this is. Now, remember, we're almost done. We're going to go to Coin Gecko. And we're going to pull up the coin. We're going to go to the search. And we're going to go to the DAI. And we're going to pull up the Polygon. Remember, this is on the Polygon Network, guys, okay? So when you go to your wallets, you got different types of, let's wait till that loads, of networks, okay? You want to make sure you're on the Polygon Network. You got all these different ones. You want to go to the Polygon. That's where we're at, okay? Which can easily be converted to Bitcoin or USDT. That'll be the least of your problems converting it over. So again, this is a stable coin, a dollar. This coin is not going anywhere, just like the USDT or the USDC coin, okay? These coins, I'll say it again, they're not going anywhere. They'll be here, they'll outlive us. Now let's go to the LGNS coin. And that's the origin, okay? And when you look it up, right now it's going for $17, okay? Now let's say 2 years from now, that coin goes to $30. Do you get where I'm going? Okay, so that $2 million in 3 years, if that's at the rate of $17 an hour. Let's say that coin doubles. If you don't get where I'm going, you will. Don't worry. You'll get there and you'll be a happy camper. Okay. So guys, okay, we just wanted to show you how to open up accounts. We'll go over it in about 30 seconds. You're going to get you a MetaMask wallet. Go on the Polygon Network. If you don't like MetaMask, go to Token Pocket. You're going to get the 4 contract addresses, okay? Polygon. You're going to get the Polygon, the LGNS, the stake LGNS, and this is where you buy it with the Polygon Bridge DAI coin, which we just looked at. Then you're going to get your referrals link, and you're going to sign up under your referral. And guys, for those of you who want to build, they pay 15 levels down, okay? 16% on your first level, 10% on your second level, and like 8% on your third level. We're going to have training on that for those of you who want to build, but think about this. This is a no-brainer. This is a low-risk, high-reward platform. So that being said, get back with the person that shared this video with you. And we look forward to seeing you come aboard so that you can change your financial future within 3 years. Okay, say goodnight, Larry.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, again, this is Pastor Call, Thursday night, April the 3rd. We got time to end this year with a bang for the year of 2025. God bless you all.
God bless.